Hi and welcome to Whiskey Shared. You're watching day 12 of my mystery whiskey advent calendar. I'm Toby and you're watching Whiskey Shared. Welcome to day 12 of my mystery whiskey advent or Dram vent calendar. In this series I'm blind tasting one whiskey a day in the lead up to Christmas. Those whiskies have come from my sample collection, which is over 100 at the moment, and my wife has kindly poured them blind into these blue Glencairn glasses to make it more difficult. I don't want the colour to influence what my perceptions are of that whiskey. I'll nose them, I'll taste them, I'll tell you if I like them, and I'll try and have a stab at what I think is in the glass. Should we find out what I'm drinking? On to the whiskey. If you want to play along with me, then just keep watching until the end and you'll find out what's in my glass when I do. Otherwise, take a look in the description now for a sneak peek. Let's start with the nose. Okay, so that smells like sweet brown sugar. Possibly a little citrus. A little bit of caramel, vanilla. Yeah, there's a little bit of fruitiness there. It started off with like citrus, like oranges, and now it's moving to sort of cherries. There's a hint of cereal as well. Maybe even some sherry. We're getting a little bit of sort of dry tannic notes on the nose now. Yeah, so citrus moves to sort of tannic sherry notes. At first I thought it smelled a bit like a bourbon, but now I'm getting those sort of sherry notes. I don't think it is. Yeah, the cereal's quite nice, almost like a buttery biscuit. Let's try it on the palate. Okay, so it tastes like it's quite high ABV. It's really quite powerful on the palate. There is that dry sort of sherry, red wine sort of taste, and it's very malty, very cereal. But yeah, it really is quite strong. And with that ABV, I'm getting obviously some heat. I'm getting some tingling, some peppery prickle on the tongue. But it is quite dry, and it isn't just dry, sort of tannic, sort of wine sort of dryness. I'm also getting quite a lot of dry wood on the palate as well, but it really does linger, this one. So I think it's quite high ABV, probably 48 plus. Let's have another sip. Yeah, the strong malt character is a little bit savoury, and the sherry and the dryness is not too sweet on my palate. So although I wouldn't say this is perfectly balanced, there is quite a good sort of juxtaposition between the sort of malty cereal and the sort of slightly drying sherry red wine note that I'm picking up. My guess would be it's a Scotch. I can't really tell what it is, but I'd even guess it was probably quite young as well, maybe under 10 years old. But it is quite high ABV. I'd probably even push that it's over 50. Don't know how much over 50, but I'd say it's over 50. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a Scotch, but I couldn't really tell you any more than that. But it's it's quite pleasant. I think because of its high ABV, it probably would benefit from a few drops of water. Maybe that will bring out a little bit more sweetness and maybe subdue that dryness slightly. But it's it's okay. Should we find out what's in my glass? Okay, so I don't think I was a million miles away. It's Glenlivet Nadurra 16 Ex-bourbon, 56.9% ABV. So it is a Scotch. It's 16 years old. I didn't think it was potentially as old as that. And it says it's ex-bourbon, so obviously this is bourbon matured only. So the fruitiness I'm obviously picking up from the whiskey itself. The dryness is obviously coming from the bourbon barrels, not from wine tannin. So that's quite interesting. And it is 56.9 ABV, so that's, you know, decent ABV. I did say it was over 50, but I didn't know by how much. Yeah, it's slightly surprising. I think with a whiskey like this, it probably needs more time in the glass. It's sort of dram that you take your time with. You add a few drops of water and see how it develops. So that's exactly what I'm going to do now off camera and enjoy it properly. But it's definitely an interesting dram, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for day 13. Stauncher.
I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, why not give it a like or a comment, and please consider subscribing for more videos like this.